now tuned into The Truth with G. Inspire, educate, and uplift. If you can't handle the truth, this ain't the show for you. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So sit back, relax, and buckle up and enjoy this ride.
The truth with G. The truth with G. The truth with G.
All right. Welcome back to the show. You're listening to The Truth with G on WPMM Internet Radio. I am your boy, Gerald Graham. You know me as G. And once again, we are back to talk about the issues that matter to you and your community. Hope all is doing well. Hope all is doing great this Monday. It is Monday. We are back on the grind from the holiday weekend. Hope that you guys had a great weekend. The weather was beautiful. Hope you got outside and got you some vitamin D and partook in some of the activities that was going on over the weekend. There was tons of events going on, particularly here in the city of Pensacola. And I'm sure wherever you're listening from, I'm sure you had activities in your city as well. So I hope you was able to get out and just enjoy the weather. I know we didn't have weather across the nation, but at the same time here in the Panhandle of Florida, we had some great weather this weekend. I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in to The Truth with G. You know, we're here every Monday, Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And we bring you the truth on this show. So I want to thank my listening audience. I tell everybody I have the greatest audience in the world. Thank you so very much for tuning in. I have my ride or dies, and I'm sure we have some on here already, and I will be recognizing you guys as we go along. So I do thank you for listening to the show. This show is for you, about you, and of you. And without you, I would not be sitting here today. So thank you so very much for tuning in. And as you know, we are WPMM Radio. We play the best in R&B, jazz, hip hop, neo soul, independent music. You can check us out on WPMMradio.com. You can go to iTunes, tune in. You can tell Alexa to play WPMM. She will oblige as well. You can also go to the Google Play Store and download the app. It's a free app. You can go to the Apple Store and download the app. You can also go to WPMMradio.com and download the app as well. Once again, it is a free app, so it would not cost you anything, and you can put it on any mobile device, phone, tablet, computer, and you can take it anywhere that you go. So make sure you download that app. If you have someone who may not be computer savvy, just have them just text them WPMMradio.com, text WPMMradio.com, text it to them. All they have to do is hit on the link, hit play, and they will be able to listen to the show and all the great music on WPMM as well. Have a great show coming up tonight. I have some guests, and let me go ahead and take care of the rest of the particulars before we bring them on, because I don't want to prolong this thing here. The views and opinions expressed by individual radio hosts and guests are of their own and does not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of WPMM Radio. WPMM does not intend to malign with any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. Now that we have that out the way, that's basically saying that if y'all know I'm gonna say something crazy, but my craziness is truth. And some people get pissed off at me by saying what I say. But if you try to sue me, you can't sue me for telling the truth. And if you do and you happen to win, I keep telling you, I got that 17 cents in the jelly jar that sits by my bed. You can have the 17 cents and the jelly jar. You may have to clean them pennies off, but you can have it if you happen to win a lawsuit, because that's all I got to give you. But anyway, tonight, we have a great show coming up for you. I have 3 special guests in the house. Let's go ahead and bring them on. And we're going to let you know who we got on here tonight. VONCHE, I have a lady in the house, so I have to introduce the ladies first. Ladies always first. So you just hold on a minute there. But anyway, tonight I have a special guest with me. I have the lovely, the beautiful, the talented Miss SADE CORELL in the house. How you doing tonight, Miss SADE?
She is doing just fine. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I am still above the grass. Thanks for asking. Also, we have Mr. VONCHE Jackson, founder of VONCHE Jackson Enterprises, Inc., or VJE Incorporated.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. VONCHE?
Doing pretty good. I'm glad to be here, man. Glad to be here. This is wonderful.
Also, last but not least, we have Mr. Lawrence Lee. He goes by the name of Mr. Lowe Lee. What's going on, Mr. Lawrence?
Hey, doing well, man. Grateful to be on the show, man. I appreciate you having me.
No problem, man. Hey, it's good to see you guys here. I am greatly appreciative of you guys coming on the show tonight, because we we're going to talk about some fun stuff and we're going to talk about some serious stuff all at the same time, because the four people that you see on the screen, if you're listening on Facebook, or if you're on YouTube or what have you, the four people on the screen, we are basically, thanks to the efforts of Mr. VONCHE, we are collaborating to do a fundraiser that's going to benefit our children, our kids, our young people. And it is an honor to have you four guys on this platform to talk about not only the organization, but your individual talents and what you got going on as well. So thank you guys for joining me here tonight. I really do appreciate you. So also, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and share. Go ahead and share if you would. Go ahead and share if you have young folks. Bring your young folks around. You tell them to get off of Fortnite and whatever games they playing right now. Tell them to tune in. I think Mr. VONCHE got some resources and some things that they might need to know to help better themselves. So, but Mr. VONCHE, I want you to get started. I want you to tell us a little bit about your organization and what you do. So I'm gonna give you the floor to tell about your organization.
Wonderful. Well, my organization is called VONCHE Jackson Exclusive. I basically founded this organization in October 2020, and it was incorporated, with the state and IRS in May 2022. So I am a 501c3 nonprofit, not a fly-by-night thing. The passion came behind, I've been involved with mentorship since 2008. My heart has been very deep and rooted within the community that I grew up in, born and raised in. Different things that I faced when as a young child, without a father in my life, single mother. So single mama had to get the right type of men involved, some good mentors, because she saw different things going on. She could raise a son all day, but to teach him the principles of manhood, she knew it had to come from a man. And so what she did is got strong black pillars that was in our community back then, to link me up with. And I thank God for that, man, because those old school brothers gave me the jewels, gave me the tools and everything that I needed. Those same tools is what everything I do in every career, even working on my different degrees and so forth, and to being an entrepreneur. Everything that I do, man, it all came from having strong black male role models in my life. And so that's been in my heart. So through mentorship as being a Mason, a Shriner, member of the Hundreds of Black Men and the fraternity, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, all deals with community service and youth. So youth is, as I say, it's been very deeply rooted in my heart. So I founded this organization after I served 3 years as president for 100 Black Men in Pensacola. I didn't want to renew the 4th year because I wanted to do something on my own, per se. And so after deep thought, I came up with this concept. I came up with this organization like, okay, I can do this. I've been doing it forever. And so now linking in different resources and different partnerships and connections, I want to pour all this back into our community, into our youth. So the way I do that is, it's clothing, shoes, haircuts, hairdos, or whatever, that, I mainly deal with mostly boys, but I do help girls out too, So even to newborn kids, I got a whole stack of diapers here in my living room right now. I give away to parents that have new kids or, young kids, diapers, strollers, car seats, different things like that. So I try to provide resources to our children and families. So when I do fundraising events like this one, that's what the proceeds are going for. And to add on to that, I do pay for 2 boys right now that are in tutoring services, that are in middle school age. So it's very important that people support the different events that I do and so forth, because that's what it goes towards. A lot of parents can't afford different things, so they need these resources.
Right. Well, I tell you, my brother, Mr. Jackson, that is a wonderful thing that you are doing, because we need people in the community such as yourself to spearhead things such as this, because everybody has a role to play, and I always make reference of a football team. Everybody's not a quarterback. Everybody's not a receiver. They can't catch the ball. You need different people in different places to do different things in order for things to come together and get across the goal line. So, that's the best analogy that I can use when it comes to especially community type things. Everybody has to play their role. And, I always tell people my role is to bring just attention to the issues. So, when I hand the ball off, you know, is it time for somebody else to do something with it? And that person needs somebody to block for them. And, so if everybody play their role, uh, that's what we need. And brothers like you, I think we lost Mr. Lawrence. Let me bring him back in. I don't know if he can hear me, but I'm gonna bring him back in a second. He got cricket Wi-Fi.
Oh God!
The cricket.
I wish I could make a cricket sound.
Yeah, I got you back, Mr. Lawrence.
That is hilarious. He
Hey.
stuck.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You there?
This is
All right.
embarrassing. I'm here, man.
It's all good.
Hey, look,
we got you
roll
back.
that for the blooper reel, G. I can't blame Vonche on that one.
But we got you back, though. We got you back. And I have a question. I have a question because before I get to my question, let me piggyback on something Mr. Vonche said about having that role model, that black male role model, that's especially with our young black youth, and in particular our males. You were fortunate to have some. I was the opposite. I never had a male role model, period, when I was growing up. And I didn't, I done told my story as far as the person that donated the sperm that generated and created me. I've told that story many a day, but that person was never in my life. He was, even though he was there, I lived in the same house as this person for 8 years, but I never knew who he was, which is sad to say, but it's the truth. So, but I never had that strong male role model. I never had a male figure to hug me and say, I love you. Neither one. I never had a strong male figure to hug me. Never had a strong male to tell me, I love you.
Wow.
And that's why I give credit to that, because that's why I'm the person I am today, especially the father, because I grew up saying that I am going to be the father that I always wanted. So I think that's why I'm like the way I am toward my kids, because I didn't have that, and I'm gonna make sure that they will never say that, regardless of what goes. Because I got grown folks. I ain't got no babies. I got grown folks, and no matter what they go through or what we go through, or if we have issues or whatever, they will never be able to say that Pops wasn't there for them.
Right.
So, but anyway, but that's that. But I want to ask. I'm gonna start Miss CORELL, that we're talking about the kids right now, and even though Mr. Vonche is providing these resources and this, that, and the other, what do you feel like may be one of the biggest issues that's facing our youth today?
Ooh, that's hard. There's so many. The biggest one maybe society, the pressures of society to be, act, and do, just to be a certain way, and not being able to fulfill that image, and they kind of try too hard to be something that they're not, and that can get them in sticky situations.
Right. Mr. Lawrence, what do you think one of the biggest issues with our youth?
Um, Man, I really would have to. My personal belief is that the structure from home, and not specifically saying if they have or don't have, in a sense of not somebody there not teaching them, but maybe they lack having a person there. Maybe they lack having that role model. Um, Being in the line of work that I'm in, encountering young men and women who um, some potentially have someone there for them and some don't. So I see it on both ends of the spectrum. What you're putting into your child, how you bring your child up, I think that plays a lot because it's very difficult, especially like, for instance, Wanche being in the position he's in. He may encounter some young men and women who need that guidance, but a couple of years of their life, those steps might have been skipped. And that could have been the vital part of them receiving some guidance in that area. So when they get to somebody who's willing to give them that mentorship, it's hard for them to turn over the things that they've already learned and that have already settled in them. Not saying it's impossible. So for me, I think it's an upgrade, and then I feel like today, not without going too far, back when we grew up, not saying specifically we feared our parents, but we respected them enough, or whoever was in our life to give us that structure, give us that hey, like they say, it takes a village to raise a child. You know, on the neighborhood that I grew up in, my grandmother's home, it was a lot of people in that area who would chastise you and get on you. Nowadays, kids don't seem to have that kind of fear. They don't have that. Hey, somebody's gonna, be on my behind if there's some things that I'm not doing properly. So I think it's has to do a lot with the home, whether a broken home, excuse me, or not. You know, it's a home thing.
Mm-hmm. And Mr. Bonche, since you see more of the youth right now than probably the rest of us, what
Oh,
do you think the
is she
biggest?
freezing up?
And now that I think that's you.
Oh,
Uh uh
everybody needs to leave. Oh,
uh we got
Well, he said you had cricket.
I got the antenna and some aluminum foil out the side of the house.
Oh
You dirty,
man.
G, dirty, he dirty.
Hey, hey, Bonche, you ain't running out of minutes over there, are you?
Ah,
Cold blooded.
ain't it?
You
See,
need to
I
get
know
on
you
a
good
plan.
doing no comedy.
You gotta get on a plan. You can't be running out of minutes.
Oh my goodness. Turn up the heat because it's getting cold.
Hey,
Oh,
ain't nothing wrong with having a little fun. Ain't nothing wrong with having a little fun.
That's right.
But Mr. Pache, what do you see being one of the biggest issues with that?
Oh man. I have to say it's a big blend. Home life is always big. Whether the parent can be physically present, but not mentally, spiritually, emotionally present for the child.
Right.
Um, Grow up with both parents in a household like that, or just one that's like that. Uh, when both parents are not in the picture and being raised by a grandmother. So those family dynamics are a big factor. Uh, the environment within the neighborhood is totally different how it is when we were coming up. The
Right.
peer pressure different. I mean, we had card catalogs. They got Google right on their phone. So everything is so quick for them that they don't have to use, you know, logical or cognitive thinking as much. So we talk about how good that technology, but sometimes that's a holdup too as well. So you got those sociological factors that are in play too. Um, so they're faced with a whole different blend now than we were. So you put the family dynamics that have changed over the years as well. A lot of
Right.
parents raising the kids like how we got raised, and then the generation before us. So it's a lot of different now. So you put all that together, you have a little fertile situation for sometimes destruction, not all the time. but a lot of times that destruction can seep in. So you got the social media, you got the music. It's a lot of influences going on right now. You got YouTube, watching all the YouTube shorts of people just cutting up all day. It looks entertaining. So you put all this in a pot and stir it. You got an ingredient for that destruction that comes into play in various ways.
And I tell you, a lot of times, I kind of defend parents a lot in this situation, because here's the reality of the situation. Especially when we talk about the issues that our children are having, a lot of people attested to what's going on at home. But I can tell you that there's a lot of situations where the parents are doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing it how they're supposed to do it. And they're raising their kids right. And if they're religious people, they're keeping them in church. That's this, that, and other. But a child get to a point in their life when they're going to make their own decisions, regardless of their upbringing. They're going to make their own decision. And even though the parents did the right thing, we got a bunch of those right now sitting in our prisons.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of them in our graveyards. So anytime we got a lot of people just say, oh, it's the parents, it's the parents, it's the parents. And I always have to defend the parents because, like I said, we got parents that do some great things. And I have to relate to that because me as a parent, I got, like I said, I got grown kids. I got kids well, they not kids. My oldest is 30. Shit, how old is that boy?
Oh Lord.
36.
Like some king up below.
my oldest, I have a 36-year-old, I have a 32-year-old, and I have a 19-year-old. So I have men.
Mm-hmm.
And can I say that all three of them has always done the right thing? No, I can't say that. Can I say that if they did something stupid, they didn't get it from me? They didn't get it from mom.
Yeah.
That was a choice that they made. That's a decision they made because my boys will tell you that I never told them, never steered them wrong, never told them anything wrong, never condoned anything that they've done wrong or whatever. There's always consequences to your actions, whether they're positive or negative. They'll tell you that in a heartbeat. So, I'm not saying my kids are terrible or anything, but everybody do something stupid along the way. I was just fortunate, even though I was scared of police, but I would go right to the edge of criminality and stop.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was scared to cross that line.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to go to jail. I ain't never been to jail, never will go to jail. You know what I mean? So, but I did some stupid stuff back in my day. I just didn't get caught doing it. So, and I would be naive to think that my kids never done anything wrong. I would be an idiot to think that. So, but that background, that base, that family base is very, very necessary. However, we have to keep in mind that, and I say I use this analogy as well. Y'all gonna see I use a lot of analogies. Nowadays, in today's society, we cannot use 20th century solutions to solve 21st century problems.
I agree. Yeah.
It's a whole different ball game.
Mm-hmm.
Like most black parents, the first thing they say, well, we got to beat your kids. Oh, hell no, you can't just beat your kids. You're going to jail. You're going straight to jail. And I worked for DCF for 7 years, and I would walk up to parents in stores that acting a damn fool and tell them, look, I'm supposed to report you right at this point in time. I can get your kids taken away from you. So you really need to stop what you're doing, type of situation. I did I ever go to the lengths of reporting anyone? I won't answer that question, but I would tell people quite often, because if I saw it, the years I worked with DCF, if I saw it, I was obligated to report it. It was part of my contract. I had to do it. So, but anyway, if I mentioned it before you came on, Vanche, the situation at the Boys and Girl Club the other night.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video?
I haven't seen the video yet.
But you heard about the officer being attacked.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, Sade, what do you think about that situation?
Mm. It's sad. That's when you asked me that question just now, it made me want to cry a little bit because it's really sad that people think it's okay.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen the video, the officer was basically doing his job. And trust me, I Chip know that if I see something out the way, and when I say Chip Simmons, the sheriff of Scammy County, he know if I see something out the way, he gonna hear from me.
Right.
So that from what I seen on that video, that officer was doing his job, and kids was acting a damn fool, and he was doing his job, and he was attacked. I'm not a fan of the police. I promise you, I'm not. But when they're doing what they're supposed to do, I'm with you. Then when they're doing wrong, I'm gonna call you out. And Chip know I'll be knocking on his door if I see one of his officers not doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, the officer got attacked, and sadly, Sade, they're seeking a female in that attack.
Yep, I saw that.
So, and now that I brought that up, I'm gonna ask you this question. We was talking about raising our kids. I'm gonna pose this question to everybody because I don't have girls. Thank God.
Yeah.
God was watching. He blessed me not to have girls. So I appreciate you for that. Big ups. But what do you think about fathers or males, period, chastising their girls physically, as far as whipping their girl children?
I have mixed feelings about that. Mainly because I was that child that was, I won't say abused, but my father did, he did spank me, he did put a belt to my butt. And I wasn't a bad kid, whenever I did cut up, he did what he had to do. But I think for us, our generation, I'm a millennial, we were a little bit tougher than the kids are now because we didn't have technology at our disposal. We weren't privy to a lot of different things. So mentally, our mental was a little bit different, if that makes sense. So we were able to handle that kind of stuff. This day and age, I don't necessarily think this is layered. It's hard to really break this one down because people glorify physical abuse, getting it from your father as a child, a girl. It will kind of excuse a man in the future putting his hands on. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it's a lot of layers to that that plays on the psyche because of what children are exposed to these days.
Right. And that's what I was hoping that you would say. It leads to females thinking that abuse is love.
Right.
Because when parents tend to beat you, they'll say, I'm doing it because I love you.
Right.
And particularly females take that to heart.
Right.
They equate that. They equate that abuse to love. And, oh, if this person, if I went out and did this and this person didn't beat me, maybe they don't care about me, type of deal. But Mr. Lawrence, what do you think about that? What do you think about male? First of all, do you have children first, and do you have any girls?
Well, as I explained earlier, my house is live. Yeah, I do. I have my oldest son is 21. My daughter is 19.
Okay.
And then I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. 4 boys and 1 girl. Right. Um, and I tell you, it's kind of so how I grew up. I tried. Not saying how I grew up. When I did something wrong, it wasn't just an ordinary like, oh, you got a bad grade on your report card, or it had to be something. Just I know I shouldn't have been doing something. So my mom, well, and I'll just be transparent. Um, you know, in my life, I had my stepfather, who from when I can remember was there. And he was that figure, that male figure, that father figure for me, um, from every aspect of the being, except for when it came to the being able to, whoop. That was my mom. My mom would take care of that before kind of it got to that point. Um, so as I got older in my teenage years, my stepfather would always talk to me and tell me, hey, he would explain things to me. And I was able to later in life understand why, the reason for certain things. So I became a type of parent, and how I am today is when they were younger, if I had to whoop them for things, I would. I tried to do more explaining to the more so you can have an understanding of why I'm teaching you this lesson. Now, did I put my hands on their behind? Of course. But it would be, say, for instance, my daughter, at one time, she did do something that was kind of, to me, outrageous. Not knowing. I had hit her 5 times with the belt. And I had to tell her, hey, listen, this is what you're going to receive because of this situation. The whole long haul drawn out speech, we both understand it was wrong. Something that we couldn't fathom whatever happened. So it was to that extreme. But even with my younger kids now, I before daddy have to whoop me behind, I gotta talk to them and I try to give them 3 to 4 times of the same thing. I know that they're young, so they're gonna forget things. And my wife does a great job of reminding me, hey, they're gonna forget. So I just have to let them, and as they grow, they learn. But I can understand in both ways how that can be something that could be mentally damaging. But
Right.
in the way that I go about with my daughter, I try to, well, when I did have to discipline. Now I'm to the point where, hey, when you reach a certain age, dad has taught you all that he can. And if you're under my roof, unfortunately, if I can't teach you anything more than what you're willing to do or do, you can't keep up with the responsibilities I'm asking of you for the household and the support of the household, then maybe it's time for you to venture on your own, and the world will have to teach you what I could.
Right. I got you. I got you. And Bonche, you have boys, right?
Yes, I have 2 boys, so they will be 16 and 17 this summer. And I tell you, teenage boys is something you already know.
Yeah, that's knucklehead age right there.
Got down headlock, jack up.
Yeah, that's knucklehead age. And I tell you, I remember when my oldest son was about 16. I think he was about 16 at the time. And he was 16. He had about 4 or 5 hairs on his nuts, and he thought he was my bad, Sade.
I
My
have a
bad.
son. It's okay. All right. He's 16 as well.
and and for what I don't know what he ate that morning. I don't know what took place that day. I don't know what TV show he may have watched, but I think he thought he was grown that day,
Mm,
and he tried me,
talk to me.
and and he found out real quick that he didn't want to be an adult.
Mhm.
And I did have to replaster my wall
Yeah.
after the fact, but I only had to do that one time, and that was with the oldest.
Uh-huh.
And when the middle boy came on, I really didn't have to do him the same way because it was I intended for it to happen at least one time with all of them.
Yeah.
So it never really occurred with the second one because the second one saw what the first one went through.
Learn behavior.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then the youngest one has never seen that side of me. And I've never been an advocate of whooping my kids or whatever the case may be. Have I used corporal punishment, if you will? Yes, I have, but it's always been controlled. It was I had a little paddle or whatever, one or two licks on you behind, whatever, just to get your attention. And that happened very rarely because the way I parented, my actions spoke louder than what those few minutes of hurt on your behind would do.
Right.
But I was going to, if I had to get your attention another way, I'm going to get your attention. So, but my youngest, like I say, I hadn't, he learned from the other ones. Every now and then when he used to come in the kitchen, I would show him the wall.
The sibling have a little blemish.
Yeah, because I fix it myself. I'm not a drywall person. I fix it myself. I'm not a drywall person, so you can still see where
Evidence
I
was
can.
still there.
Yeah,
Right.
where I had fixed it. It didn't look like the rest of the kitchen. You know what I mean? So, but I every now and then I show him the wall when he comes through. And he like, nah, Dad, we're not going through that type of thing. But anyway, I said that to say all this. We have our kids who grow up to make their own decisions and not always the parenting. But one thing I do want to share with y'all, and I've talked about this so many times. I talk about the slave mentality. I talk about the things that we picked up from our slave owners, and corporal punishment on our children is one of the things that we picked up from our slave owners. Before we were kidnapped and brought to this land, our children were looked at as almost like gods. They were put up on a pedestal. They were treated very well. They were praised or whatever. They were not beat. They didn't use them for punching bags. We didn't beat our kids. We didn't beat our kids until we was brought over here in the bows of these ships, and our slave owners used those beatings to get us to comply. We picked that up, and we have let that manifest over 400 plus years. That slave mentality in compliance, that we have to inflict pain to get people to comply. And one day, hopefully, before I leave this earth, I hope to change the mentality of some people, but at least one person before I leave this earth, to where we need to stop adopting slave mentality and this, that, and other, and we'll never go back. We'll never go completely back to what we used to be, but the slave mentality. I'm not going to get on that tonight. But Mr. VONCHE, let's switch gears here a little bit, Mr. VONCHE, because you have the nonprofit organization that you're doing things with the kids, the mentorships, buying what is it, winter clothes or shoes, what have you, tutoring. Those are things that you are providing. So I want to switch gears and talk about the upcoming event that you have going on this Saturday. And if you've been on my Facebook page, I've been pushing it, and I keep saying it's for the kids, because the proceeds are going to help the nonprofit that Mr. VONCHE runs, to the funds to do these type of things to help our kids. So tell us about what's going on Saturday night, Mr. VONCHE.
All right. It's another fundraising event. Makes my seventh one. I started January last year doing this same type of event. I kind of do it like every 2 months or so. But this one here is called Studio VJE Venus. All of them went by the title Studio VJE, but I normally type of theme based off of a thought or the meditation I've had. So Studio VJE concept comes for the idea came from, if you remember, Unplugged, the
I
show.
got you.
Yeah, when they bring on the artist, it's very intimate vibe, and so
Right.
they met with the audience. They ask questions, different things like that. So that's pretty much what I do at my show. So just to let you all know, you will have a little interview session too there, either at the end of your set or the middle of your set. But that's to let people know who you are, to be able to see different levels of you, to answer different questions, your passion, how did you get to do what you're doing? So it's a good environment. That's the artistry spirit really gets pretty high in these two, which I love because, like I said, it's intimate. So you're able to just put all of yourself into this, and the people who are attending, they get to receive it. So there's been many blessings that happen, many connections that happen at my events. I thank God. I can't take no credit for that because I pray for them, these events. I meditate on them. So each time it's purposeful. So somebody in there is getting some type of motivation, influence, so forth, a resource, you name it. And so that's been the beauty of it, man. That's what keeps me driven to do it. And what I try to do is with all of them, I want to use local talent, local artists, local musicians, because we have so much talent here in Pensacola and over diverse community, very diverse skill level and skill sets. So a lot of people haven't really been seen yet. And so that's another thing that's involved into that pot that I'm doing. It's helping people get some type of exposure or either some type of connection, because there is a lot of talent here. And I go all over this listening sometimes. Some of you all do the same thing throughout the week. The weekend, you're supporting each other. And that's a part that a lot of people don't see and don't get talked about a lot. But Studio VJE this weekend, man, I'm excited about it because I got three powerhouses. And let me tell you, I just been walking around smiling about this one now. So, and when I put it together, man, like I say, man, I'm a praying man, and I let God lead me. And when I reached out to all three of you, it's like it was already in my spirit, like, okay, talk to him, talk to her. So, and just seeing it come together, like, I'm so excited. I'm like a little kid at the candy store. Like, what y'all gonna do? Like, I be wanting to ask y'all what y'all gonna sing, or I know Laura just said I've been wanting to ask, but I like surprises too. So, but
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But even within it, man, a lot of my shows, a lot of performers, they collab on different things too. So I'm open to that. So if y'all want to talk amongst yourselves, that's something y'all can do to cap out the show. But the beauty of you all's voices, the power that you all have, I'm ready for the people to see it who haven't seen it yet or who's going to see it again. So we're going to have a live DJ there, DJ Dread Eye. Casting Flights is always, he's been my sponsor since the very first one. John McCorby, shout out to John McCorby at Casting Flights.
All right, good brother.
Yeah, he always provides all the complimentary champagne that everyone drink. So I gotta go pick up the case in a couple of days because he's gonna text me like, where you at? But Dread Eye, Caribbean Nights Radio, he's one of the sponsors too. So he's always DJing. So the music vibe is a grown folks vibe or mature folks vibe is what I call it, because it's R&B, neo soul, jazz, and reggae. That's the type of music played. Nothing ratchet going on, so no trap. I stuff going on to be tied down like that. But
dang it, I gotta change my song list.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm
just playing. Yeah, I was gonna do some Lil Wayne or something. Nah, I'm just playing.
Hey, young boy.
Had that little boosie right. I have
but we got Miss Sade Corell. She is going to be in the building as well. I first came across Miss Sade back when she was actually on WPMM radio on somebody else's show. And I was listening to their show and they was talking about the issues, and I still got to get you on the show to talk about some of those things because I found you very, very interesting. very interesting, very articulate, and I was feeling what you were saying and what you was talking about, whatever. So that was my first time meeting you, and then we
Hmm.
kind of, with the singing thing, we kind of ended up in the same places or whatever. So I got to know
Right.
you, and I think you're real cool people. But not saying that what you're gonna do, but I know you have projects going on. I know you got some independent type music going on, your own thing going on. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on.
Oh goodness. Okay, so my very first thing that's coming up, I'll be with my crew, Warzone Music. That's going to be Sarge, and that's going to be Zeno. We're going to be performing at 12:16 on Thursday. So we'll be literally 4 hours, like 4 hours. And the name of the show is called 4 Hours. So we'll have the DJ playing. We'll have 345s. So it's going to be an amazing night of just, oh my goodness, everything. They rap, they sing a bit, and y'all know me. Y'all know what I do. So it's gonna be really dope. So it's gonna essentially get me ready for Saturday. So
To Mr.
and
Tommy
after
and
that,
Mr. Tracy over there at 1216 as well.
Yeah.
Good friends of
yes,
mine.
that's right. Yes, they're wonderful people. And then on the 20th, I have a show with Leslie Lee and Jakima Divinity, and I'll have to share that flyer because I know it's over at the Belmont-ish. I think it's on the back end of Belmont though, the VIP. That's what it is. So we'll
Okay.
be over there. But my projects though, y'all, y'all just be ready. I have a project with Jakima and V. That's Leslie Lee's good friend,
Yeah,
and he's
Big
a
V.
photographer
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Burning.
We have something coming up. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so dope. We're gonna release that at the end of the month. So y'all just be ready for that. Maybe a sneak peek. But
So
yeah.
we will hear some of your original stuff Saturday night, right?
Absolutely, you will. You get two originals and two covers. I want to do a little bit more, but I don't know if I got.
We might be able to work something out.
Hey, hey, look, I'm just ready to do this thing because I'm put you on the spot, Vonche,
Uh,
Hmm.
because how, the event goes how long? First, let me ask you that question. It starts at 7, and when is it over?
uh, 9:30 is the time, but sometimes I have went to 10. They normally work with me because I've been pretty consistent. So we're gonna have enough time, with some breaks. We all taking a break, and we're gonna have an intermission period too for people to mix and mingle. Uh, so yeah, uh,
Okay,
hey, we can work some things out.
because I think the consensus is that some people might want to do more than 4.
Oh, okay, okay, all right now. Hey, shoot, let's do it.
Hey, say less.
The
Say
people who
less.
like the people that attend the shows, man, they be asking for encores, they be wanting more, you know, they want to get fed. So yeah.
Okay, say less. Y'all, you hear that, Sade, Laura? You hear that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it.
I'll be
Okay,
mindful.
say less. But I got you. But Mr. Lawrence, I know matter of fact, me and you were on stage together, impromptu. Matter of fact, man, didn't I do something with you one time, Sade?
Yes,
I did.
yes,
I did.
yeah.
Did.
You ain't
Okay.
really know the song that good, though, but it's all
I did not know the
right. It's
song.
okay. It's all
Had never heard the song, but I did get up there and try to do my thing with the. I had never heard the song before, but I took a chance and got up there and tried to do it.
Ro-
The case maybe.
Roll that
But
back.
Me and Mr. Lawrence did a song one time, and I think that was
Yeah,
pretty
we went
cool.
old school on. 'Em. We went old
Yeah, it
school.
was just impromptu, and
right.
we did
But
some Jodeci.
Yeah.
Jodeci,
I was
Yeah,
there that
remember we did dang it, it was
come and talk to me.
yeah, it was Come and Talk to.
Something simple. Just throw that thing out there. Let's do
Yeah, we we
Oh,
we 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 went impromptu, but yeah, it was nice. So, but I am excited about the show because what I'm excited just to, be able to be with this group of people, this wonderful group of people, just to provide some entertainment, for folks, but at the same time, very, very good cause. You know, it's going to help our youth, which is the main thing. So, and I'm gonna challenge all you people out there listening, because y'all, I'm gonna put you on the spot. Y'all know I say it. I don't care. Y'all can pay $75 a ticket to go to a white party, pay $100 a ticket to go to a black party, and y'all spend all this money on all these other things that ain't doing nothing to benefit nobody but the person putting on the event. I'm not throwing shade at nobody at this point in time. I'm just saying that if you can do that, you can come and be entertained, and the funds that you're spending is going to help the future of this world.
And definitely, and even to add on to that, because I've been asked a few times before, just in the the money from this nonprofit, I don't see it. It sits in the bank, and I spend it to buy all this stuff like I got up in here now, because I work full time and I own my own business as a personal trainer. And this is really deeply out of passion. So even with my ticket prices, some people have told me I should raise the prices on it. I haven't yet. I started at $15 at my very first show, so I'm up now to 25. But like you say, you're getting complimentary champagne, you get entertainment, live entertainment. You got a whole DJ that you can still get up and dance. Yeah, you're getting hors d'oeuvres, light hors d'oeuvres. That all this is included in your $25. And I also have a cash bar there. So and no smoking in the building. So you can bring out your good clothes out of the closet that
Mhm.
blazer, your slacks, your dresses, your wedges, your stiletto heel. It is an actual casual to simply after five cocktail style event. The ladies, you want to wear your legs out. Fellas, you want to just put on your good soft, your steppers or whatever, man. Just come on with it. We finna have some fun.
Right, right. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, and like I said, it's for a good cause. And when you hit me up and asked me if I would do it, you didn't even have to ask me. You could have just told me, "Gee, be here at this time and do this." You didn't have to ask the question.
Yeah.
So so I'm excited, and I know I ain't speaking for Lawrence or Sade, but hopefully they're as excited as I am to do this, because I think I'll be the peon in the group, because both of them out sing me. But
I got
Whoa.
either one. None of y'all say that, because all three of y'all awesome. That's why, because all y'all can sing.
Look,
Y'all done shut down so much stuff around here. It surprised me. Like, I done been around Lawrence since we were young. I didn't know you had a voice like that. Sade, I met her at the event that we was at a couple years ago. I'm like, okay, she ain't just pretty. That girl can sing. It's a rap. It's a rap with it too.
oh no, she can flow now. She can flow. I give it to her. She can flow.
But let me tell you something. I said, this brother Moore to get some glasses and a hat on. This Joe be around here singing some everything from pop, country, rock, soul.
I be doing country and reggae, and
Yeah.
I'd be doing some everything. Just testing the water. Just testing the water. So
if I may say, uh, G got his own, he doing his own radio thing. Sade, she got
Right.
a list of upcoming things she got going. So I just was like, I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there.
Uh, Lord, you can't find out like that either, because I don't think people know what you do for a living, how long you been in. Tell about yourself, brother.
Oh yeah, man. If I can say, Vonche, I'm grateful, brother. For the opportunity. I know when you hit me up, you was like, "Hey, man, can you do this?" And I said, "Let me tell you, when you hit me up, I was sitting there on my computer. I was like, let me check my schedule." I started thinking to myself, "Why are you telling them that, man? Just go ahead and say yes, you know you can do it. I ain't even got nothing plan, bro. I was ready, you know what I'm saying? My mind started going to what song will I do? You know, but I'm grateful, man. I know that, you know, years back in the years, of course, early 90s and stuff, singing around Pensacola when we had some of those places, you know, going over the Mobile with Ray Ray and things of that nature, when my voice is kind of a little more known in the area. I've been around, of course, in the military, active duty. Just came from Georgia a couple of years ago, got here and started kind of getting back into the scene. Um, I'm actually, I mean, I don't have a, I'm not doing anything as of yet, but I'm actually in a band called Often Unavailable. So we're getting everything together, of course, so we can have what we see and visualize, bringing a show to different events, different platforms. But I've just been maintaining, man, chilling, doing my job, you know. But you know, I'm definitely looking forward to get out there and cut up. 'Cause, you know, I say I don't know a song, but I'm gonna give you something, you know, do that.
Hmm?
So, but I'm definitely looking forward to being a fan too, because uh, you know, G, old school, old soul. I've definitely heard him do his thing. With all due respect, Miss Sade, I can't say that I've seen you because I'm kind of in the house person. You know, I got this live home going on. But I'm definitely looking forward to being a fan and watching you guys and listening to you guys, and hopefully being able to, you know, collaborate a little
Collaborative.
bit, do a little something, have a
Hey,
good
most,
time, you know, for a good cause, definitely. And I wanted to, G, last thing I'm gonna say, I know I just came back, you know, a couple of years ago to the city, but I wanted to say the same thing because that's not only a conversation that you have. Other people have the same conversation. And I'm just going to be straightforward honest with you, you know. Note with all due respect to the people that put on different events, but you know, let's come out for a good cause and give something and do and support somebody that's doing something for somebody besides themselves. You know, this is a
right.
good cause. I think we should have some good participation out here. People come out and support this event.
Exactly, exactly. $25 for the ticket. And like I said, that $25 is going to go to help, whether it be uh, tutoring, mentorship, whether it be clothes, shoes for these kids, what have you. Uh, that's where that money is going to go. So, like I say, if you guys can give $100 a ticket for a white party, you should be able to do this, and you're going to be probably even more entertained this Saturday night than you would, you know, at the black party or the white party or the day party or the Easter egg party or the whatever party that we done had. You know, you're probably gonna be more entertained. And like I say, I'm not throwing shade on nobody that's doing their thing. Do your thing. But I have challenged my event planners to do things, even though they're doing things, throw community into it. Whether you have a voters registration table set up at the door, whatever the case may be, whether you have a box where you collecting food for home, tell everybody bring a canned good to the event, put it in a box, donate it to one of the homeless shelters or because I do that. I don't know if y'all knew, but this past summer, I raised money and I bought things for the homeless. I put together 80 bags
I saw that.
for homeless
Mhm.
people. I put together 80 bags, and me and my wife, we personally went out on the streets of Pensacola and put these bags in these people's hands. I wasn't gonna trust nobody else to do it. I wasn't gonna trust nobody else with the money. We did it ourselves, and I promise you, I was in the woods. I was behind dumpsters. I was doing everything. I mean, we spent that whole Saturday traveling Pensacola, finding homeless people on the side of the street, on the roads, and in the woods, passing out these things. And I've done feeding families for Thanksgiving, where I was giving $100 gift cards to. One year I gave 17 families a $100 gift card. The next year I gave 14 families a $100 gift card for their Thanksgiving dinners or whatever. So I do what I can for the community, and with brothers like VONCHE, I wish it was more of us out there that do stuff. And you pastors out there, I'm gonna put you on blast. Y'all need to get out the pulpit and get in the community, because y'all preaching from the pulpit, and then once you close the doors at 1:30 on Sunday, some of y'all 3 o'clock, it's like you forget about the community, and that's not cool. Y'all got to get out there in the community and do some things. But I ain't gonna talk about y'all today. Y'all know I got another show for y'all coming up. As always, y'all know I'm gonna put you on blast. But then y'all think I'm crazy though. But I tell it
Hey,
like it is.
sometimes what's said got to be said, man.
Hey,
You know,
I
I'm an
promise you,
advocate of that.
I say what everybody else is thinking,
Mm.
Yeah.
and I ain't scared. I ain't scared to say it, and I'm not gonna backtrack. I ain't gonna take it back because it's the truth. I'm gonna tell the truth. That's why the show is called The Truth with G. You're gonna get the truth, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. That's what you're gonna get out of me. So, but we had a couple of people. Mr. John, hey, matter of fact, Mr. John is on. He's on there. He's on the live. So, yeah, Mr. John, hey, and I tell you, Mr. John, when I did my homeless drive, Mr. John was spectacular. I mean, he helped me out tremendously. He let me come in his establishment and raise money. Uh, the money that I raised in his stuff, I'm put you on flash, John, because you're a good dude. The money that I raised that night, those night in his establishment, he matched it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And sadly to say, and I'm putting you on blast, he was the only, other than WPML, he was the only black business that contributed. Rest of it was private, individuals.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mr. McCorvey over there at Casting Flights, and he know I'm gonna start putting him on my ledger as a bill, because I'm spending money in his spot every single week. so I'm gonna start putting him down as a bill on my ledger. So yeah, but John's a good dude. John's a good dude.
Look, I think you when they show the karaoke, I think you just be you up there.
Yeah, I tell you, I was just in that Friday. I was in there Friday night.
Yeah.
That's about the only place I go in Pensacola.
Me too. I'm about 3 days a week, man. And to piggyback off of that real quick, when I was president of the One Black Men, my first fundraiser, John gave me my first opportunity to do a fundraiser. It was like our end of the year event, and he did the same thing. He matched what we made that same night.
Hey, that's a good brother. He's still on. He said you better sing. he put that in the comment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, John a good dude, and I appreciate him for what he does with the community and what he does. Him and it's just everything that he does. I mean, I commend him. My big ups to him. My hats off to him. So we need guys like him, the guys like you, VONCHE. We need more people in the community like that. And yeah.
I do want to add one more thing. I keep remembering stuff. So I'm actually going to have a 360 photo booth at the event.
Okay.
It's a brand new business called It's 360. So she's going to be there setting up, probably in the back. So she's going to be spinning all night. So
okay, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be ready for it. It's going to be a whole bunch of things happening. Right there in a smaller spot. It's called the Gordon Community Center, right next door to Blue Dot. It looks like a little office in the front, but you go back in there, it's a studio quality room in there. So it's going to be great.
Okay.
All that.
So it's next door to Blue Dot.
Yes.
Okay.
So North Devilliers Street.
Okay.
So if you're facing Blue Dot, it's right to your right hand side.
Okay. So everybody should know what Blue Dot is. Yeah. Don't nobody else. Everybody should know what Blue Dot is. So you can find it.
Use Blue Dot as your pin drop. So, so if you see the flyers, because the flyers is in the front window, so it has all three of you all on the flyer, like your separate flyers on the window. So that's what people need to look for when they go by.
All right. Well, we have actually went past the hour, but it's all good. We're doing this for a good cause. So, but it is time for us to get up out of here. I want to thank each and every one of you. Before I close out, I do want to give each and every one of you an opportunity to say anything you want to say in closing. And I look forward to Saturday, to seeing you guys again on Saturday. So we'll start ladies first again with Miss Sade.
All right, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I got to go to rehearsal. So we look forward to seeing y'all on Saturday, and I look forward to seeing y'all on Thursday and on the 20th. Follow my page on Facebook, Sade CORELL. That's SADE CORELL. And on Instagram, I am underscore Corell. And any streaming platforms, you can find me at simply Corell, the CORELL with a period. And that is all.
All right, Mr. Lawrence.
Again, I'm grateful to be able to come on the show. And Vonche, again, thank you very much for inviting me, little old me, come out and help. I know, man. I'm great. Until get on that stage. But no, again, thank you though, because I definitely feel like this is the first thing since I've been here for about 4 years now, back in the city, that it's a privilege to be able to come out and do something, especially for what it's for.
All right, Mr. Bonche, in closing, what you got?
And I'm just truly thankful for another round, another show to help raise funds for the community, and for you all to be a part of it. It's very purposeful. I don't take it lightly that you all agreed to do it, and each one of you agreed to do it very quickly. So I'm happy. So,
Okay.
but oh.
I thought that cricket phone kicked in on you.
Cricket, I almost got it again.
Hey, I don't mean to cut you off, but I need to get this in. Mr. McCorvin, Mr. John said I want to sponsor 4 people to come to the show Saturday.
Oh, that's dope.
Hey, John.
Look at it, man.
And see, that's what we're talking about, John. I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna text you or call you offline, John. Here, but yeah, 4 people will be sponsored by John McCorvin Cass's Flight. Cisco Harris title, whatever you want to go by. That's a big man right there. So I appreciate that, John.
Okay, and you out there listening, Bashe, I want as far as those 4 people, just let me know how you're doing it. So so yeah.
Okay, and I have this on that by in the morning. But as far as people want to pay for tickets, if you follow my page, my personal page, VONCHE Jackson, or the nonprofit page, VONCHE Jackson Exclusive, the Eventbrite ticket link is on there. So that I would not shut that ticket link down. So you can pay for it all night, even if you get there at 8 o'clock, you still can pay. You can also pay at the door by Cash App. We don't really deal with cash at the door. So, but those are 2 means of that you pay. If you do have cash, if you have the exact $25, or if you have more than that, you want to donate past $25, we accept that too.
Keyword, that's the donation to come in and be entertained. Just donate for a good cause. And we're going to have a good time Saturday. So I hope to see all you guys there. All my listeners, I hope to see you there. People that support me, I hope to see you there. If you can't be there, just go to the link. Just go to the link and donate. Sponsor somebody else to go. Pay for somebody else to come and have a good time or what have you. So, but I'm looking forward to it. And once again, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming on here tonight. This better not be the last time that you're on the show. And if Vonche, anytime you got something going on, let me know. Hit me up. We'll get you on here. But yeah, we're gonna have a good time Saturday. So, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. It's been an hour well spent, hour 15 minutes, hour 16 minutes, matter of fact, well spent. My airtime, I don't think we got a show right after mine. So if I cut into somebody's show, my apologies. I don't think Monday night I have anybody right after me. So we should be good. But anyway, but I will see you guys on Thursday night at 6 o'clock right here, once again on WPMM Radio with The Truth with G. So tune in on Thursday and then be back here on be at the show Saturday, Gordon Community Arts Center, 306 North DeVilla Street. Be there at 7 o'clock. Be prepared to be entertained and have some fun. Drink you some champagne, this, that, and other. I have me a glass of water. So, yeah, that's all I ask. Just make sure you have me a glass of water. I'm good.
I will.
No ice. Make it hot.
But thank you guys. Once again, I will see you guys on Thursday night. Thank you once again, Sade, Vonche, Lawrence. Appreciate you. Until Thursday, you guys be safe. Y'all be blessed. And we are out of here.